The following is a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Network.
Satter wants the ball. It's maybe teed up for 11-3. He got it! 11 3-pointers for Ty Satter. It's unbelievable. The Fusion the other way. Nice ball in towards Kamai. Kamai able to set us down. Kamai beating the keeper. Shot on the way, and Kamai scores. 1-0 for the Fusion.
1-2 pitch. Line shot up the middle. One run will score. Deer rounding third. He's coming to the plate.
Verwest, they center in front. Scarborough down low, loose in front, in for a goal. South Shaley gets the first goal of this East Region title.
Let's turn things over to the broadcast booth. The pregame show starts now.
Well, getting to day number 3 of the State Class A American Legion Baseball Tournament. From the Viking Varsity Diamond here in Kindred, the Kindred Vikings and the Vikings hosting this tournament, the West Fargo Vets and the Dickinson Volunteers. An elimination game as both these teams splitting in their first 2 days of play. The Volunteers yesterday pitching and some solid defense in a 2-0 victory over the Bismarck Capitals yesterday. Got some solid pitching. Kevin Olson and the young man that closed things out yesterday, an inning and a third, will get the call today. Drew Gable got the job done, picked up a save yesterday as a pair of sacrifice flies in the second inning, helping the Dickinson Volunteers to the victory yesterday. As a combined 3-hit shutout, they worked around 8 walks. Meantime, the West Fargo Vets, after an opening day shutout, they took care of the Bismarck Senators in day 1, had the lead early on Wahpeton, trying to pull off the upset against Wahpeton post 20, and they ended up falling by a score of 8-4. Deng Duat had a home run to tie the game in the 6th inning at 4 before Wahpeton scored 4 in the last of the 6th inning for an 8-4 win. This is an elimination game. The winner will move on to play on Monday. Loser will be done for the tournament. As we will head down to the field for the singing of our national anthem, and then we'll get you ready for the first pitch here with the Dickinson Volunteers and the West Fargo Vets in the first of 2 elimination games. Castleton and the Bismarck Senators will follow. Winner's bracket game tonight has Kindred against Wahpeton.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth. And
there is our national anthem. We'll take a break, come back. First pitch, starting lineups, just a few moments away here from Magnitude Sports.
Bar 9 in West Fargo is your stop for that pregame lunch and for the postgame celebration. With over 30 TVs, you can catch your team anytime. We have a delicious food menu including wings, pizza, sandwiches, and more. Enjoy it inside or head on outside, day or night, to relax in the comfort of our updated outdoor patio. We also have slots, blackjack, pull tabs, and all gaming proceeds earned go to support West Fargo baseball. So catch your team's game tonight at Bar 9, 1405 Prairie Parkway in West Fargo.
Drew Gable on the mound in an inning and a third yesterday and saved the game in a 2-0 victory. 2-0 win over the Bismarck Capitals. To stay alive in this tournament, the West Fargo Vets were the number, I think, the 4 or 5 seed. They were the, looking back at it in the East Region tournament, the Vets were the 4 seed out of the East Region and came into the state tournament as the number 3 seed, as Quinn Irie presents this lineup here for the post 308 Vets. Charlie Lashovsky will lead things off at shortstop, batting second at first base Jackson Glinke, batting third in left field Blake Larson, batting fourth center fielder Wrigley Gunderson, batting fifth will be the right fielder Jack Davies, batting sixth, homered yesterday, designated hitter Deng Duat. He will DH for the pitcher Blake Hammond, batting seventh and catching is Cooper Mapes, batting eighth, second baseman Devin Peterson, and batting ninth will be the third baseman Owen Haugen for the West Fargo Vets. 25 wins and 13 losses on the season. A 3-0 win over the Bismarck Senators to start tournament play. As got a shutout from Noah Betker, 4-hit shutout. And ready to get things underway here. Charlie Lashovsky will lead things off, an 8-4 loss to Wahpeton Post 20 yesterday as the first pitch is fouled away at 12:02. 12:02. One strike is the count. Lashovsky 1 for 4 yesterday. Got a couple of runs batted in from Jack Davies, and it is 1 strike the count. And the delivery. Strike called, 0-2 will set the defense for the Dickinson Volunteers. Drew Gable pitching. Christian Tibor, per usual, behind the plate. Tyler Danbaum at third base. Shortstop is Cameron Wolf. Nick Sobolik at second. Easton Huglin is at first base around the infield. 2-strike delivery is dribbled foul. We'll do it again at 0-2. In the outfield for the Volunteers, Logan Gross in left field. Jake Balliot in center. Kevin Olson is in right. Brad Anderson with you. Max Bernier is on camera duty today. Here's a swing at a fly ball into left field. A late break. Gross coming on, and some good closing speed to put that one away for the out. Didn't react right away, but able to recover nicely and made that nice running grab for the first out. So one away here in the top of the first inning. To check what Gable's pitch count was, as he does have, I said he, I think under the, obviously under the pitch number, where he could come back and throw it today. Jackson Glinke, the batter. Glinke 0 for 2, a walk and a run scored. And a strike makes it 0-1. Had overcast skies, but a comfortable day, and don't believe much of a threat of rain. I think if there was any threat of rain, that appears to have passed, but very calm day. Not much for wind is reaching out. Glinke right at the end of the bat. A fly ball to shallow center field coming on, and center fielder Balliot puts that one away for out number 2. And right on his front foot. And a lazy fly ball to center. 6 pitches good for 2 outs here early on. Here's Blake Larson 0 for 2. A walk and a run scored yesterday. The Vets were held to 5 hits. The combination of Jackson King and Caden Kappas finished up in the 7th, called strike at its 0-1. And Wahpeton's had the Vets number. They beat them handily in the East Region tournament, but had to come from behind. The Vets had a 3-0 lead after 2.5 in that game. Called strike, 0-2. So Gable has just come out and pumped some strikes here so far early on, and really pitching has been pretty solid for the Volunteers. Eason pitched well in a losing effort Friday, a 4-1 loss to Kindred. A couple of hops to third. Nice play behind the bag. Danbaum, long throw, and pulls him off the bag, safe at first. See how they score that. It will be an error. A long throw from behind the bag by Danbaum as he pulled the base runner off the, or the first baseman, I should say, pulling Huglin off the bag. So a base runner here for the West Fargo Vets. Here's Wrigley Gunderson. 1 for 2, a double and a run batted in yesterday. Throw to first and the runner back. the Vets hosted a tournament. Some teams from out west. They beat Beulah 12-4 as a foul out of play makes it 0-1. One strike to Gunderson. Sun trying to fight its way through the clouds here on this Sunday. 3 games today. And then 2 games tomorrow. The matchups could get skewed a little bit. That's hit well to left. Late break now getting to it. Gross reaches up and hauls it in. Fairly deep left field. Gunderson hit it well, but that one hauled in for the out. 11 pitch, top of the first inning as the Vets go down. No runs on no hits, 1 error, and 1 left on. We'll get to the Dickinson batting order here in just a moment as we're through a half inning of play. West Fargo and Dickinson, no score on Magnitude Sports. Blake Hammond's taking his warm-up tosses right now. You can get a look at him as to head to the bottom of the first inning. The Dickinson lineup will go like this. Easton Huglin is leading off at first base, batting second. We have the second baseman Nick Sobolik batting third. Jake Balliot in center field, batting fourth. The designated hitter Will Easom DHing for the left fielder Logan Gross, batting fifth. Third baseman Tyler Danbaum, batting sixth and catching Christian Tibor, batting seventh the right fielder Kevin Olson, batting eighth and pitching Drew Gable, and batting ninth will be the shortstop Cameron Wolf. Another elimination game will follow this one, approximately 2:30 with Castleton and the Bismarck Senators. Now have a coin flip to see who's home and away. Typically whoever the higher seed from their respective region, in this case Dickinson being the champions out of the West, are the home team, but both those teams, Castleton and the Senators, are both 2 seeds, so it'll go to a coin flip. That's the first one of those we've had in the tournament. Easton Huglin a strike, and it is 0-1. Huglin 0 for 3 did reach in an error yesterday against the Bismarck Capitals. Here's the 0-1. Low 1-1 the count. The Dickinson offense has mustered up just 3 runs. They have scored in just 2 innings. Both their runs came on sacrifice flies from their 8 and 9 batters yesterday in the second. That was all they needed. Tap foul, 1-2. In 2 games total, they have scored 3 runs. They've given up 4. They probably have had more games like that than true slugfest. Kindred did put up 10 last night and really added on early against arch rival Castleton. Hammond spikes that one to the dirt, 2-2 the count. As far as where the Vets are pitching-wise, they were able to use just Betker in the complete game shutout win Friday in the dirt full count. Had to dig a little bit deeper yesterday, especially in the 6th inning against Wahpeton. Actually, just 2 pitchers. Jackson Glinke finished up for Haugen, who gave up 8 runs, 4 unearned runs, however. There's strike 3. Got him looking. Huglin caught looking at the knees. Gordy's Travel Plaza strikeout. Gordy's Travel Plaza, locations off I-94 in Castleton and Mapleton.
Number 7, Nick Sobolik.
Nick Sobolik, the batter. He's really done a nice job of the field. A good chunk of the weekend. Sobolik, I should say, 1 for 2, single and a hit batsman yesterday. Tries to bunt and foul for strike 1. You always know on the first day, you know, you're going to get probably each team's ace pitcher, and I think we saw that. It led to some clean plays and really well-played games And those final three, Tapper back to the mound, and they'll throw out Soblik for out number 2. But once you get a couple of days deeper in the tournament, you get a little deeper into pitching staffs, and you know, where maybe some guys that pitch a little bit infrequently compared to most, you always kind of wonder what you're going to get. But so far, clean early. Jake Balliot, center fielder, wears number 1. With those teams in the winner's bracket, where Wahpeton probably in pretty good shape pitching-wise. They've got a fairly deep staff. Kindred as well. That's the winner's bracket game tonight. Strike 1 to Balliot. The 0-1 fouled at the plate, 2 strikes. Balliot yesterday 1 for 3, singled in the 3rd inning. Came up with 2 out, nobody out in the 1st, and bunted into a double play. Popped up a bunt that the Capitals turned into 2 outs. Here's the 0-2 pitch. High and away with a fastball. Hammond a good job spotting his pitches here early. He's at 11. Total pitch count here is working the bottom of the 1st inning and scoreless. And a win or go home game. Just outside 2-2. Not a bad crowd. West Fargo bringing a few. And boy, we had great crowds last night for those winners bracket games. A grandstand full with Wahpeton and the Vets, and Castleton and Kindred 2-2 in the delivery, fouled away. It was just so fun to see. You went down one baseline, it's all red with Castleton. You go down the other one, it's all blue with Kindred. And this is it's moments like that that make this fun. And hopefully these young men will remember it for a long time. Hammond on 2-2. Ground ball to the right side. Nice big room surface hop, and Klinke will take it to the bag. And that'll end the inning. So nice and tidy. Bottom of the 1st inning, 14 pitches for the right-hander Hammond. And that'll do it here for Dickinson at the bottom of the 1st inning. Nothing across, no score after 1.
Why do I choose to work here? It's the people. It's the feeling that you get when you've been gone for a weekend and everybody's genuinely happy to see you and you're so happy to see them too.
They are wonderful. The staff is wonderful. They are so friendly. They're so happy all the time.
It's a family. It's just that overall culture that we have. It's a great culture and I'm very lucky to be a part of it.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
The Kindred Youth Baseball Association wants to share a big thank you to all the players for a fun summer of baseball. KYBA would also like to say thanks to Lisa Keller Photography for the fantastic work, time, and dedication to capturing photos of all the youth teams in Kindred. KYBA wishes the Post 117 Vikings the best of luck in this year's tournaments.
Leading off the 2nd inning for the Vets will be right fielder number 12, Jack Davies.
Jack Davies to lead things off here for the West Fargo Vets. Davies knocked in 2 runs yesterday, went 1 for 2. One of those runs batted in and a sacrifice fly. Line of the pitch from Gable is over for strike 1. Kind of doing a good job kind of pitching backwards, is not always going first pitch fastball, and that time changing speeds fairly well. There's the 0-1. Out in front, little roller. Out to Soblik. On the run, and got him. Nice play. On the run, nearly crawled up his arm, but able to stay with it and throw him out for out number 1. That'll bring up Ding Duat, who homered yesterday. Straightaway center field out near the batter's eye. That was a good, probably 350. It's 348 to straightaway center. It was probably 350 or so. He gave it a ride. Just a couple of home runs in this tournament. Jackson Glinke had 1 for Wahpeton, and then Duat yesterday DHing and takes a strike. 0-1 is the count. Duat knocked in a run Friday. Gable deals, swing and a miss. 2 strikes the count, and really very little breeze, if any, where really the first 2 days we had kind of a north or northwesterly wind, which ballpark, you're at home plate, you're facing to the southwest. Duat lines one to the left. It's down for a base hit. We're playing him deep and to pull as he delivers a base hit. Cooper Mapes is the batter. Duat 2 RBI, and that's his second hit here at the state tournament. Mapes digs in. Duat, good lead already off of first. And they will throw over, and Duat back. 5 hits for the Vets yesterday. The 3-0 win over the Bismarck Senators. 7 hits. Jackson Glinke, 3 of them. 7 singles. Duat sacrifice fly was good for a run batted in. Noah Betker knocked in a run. Ball 1 the count here to Mapes. Denbaum into the grass at third. Double played up the middle. They turn 1. Duat got a good jump. He's running. Pitch is a strike. Throw is on target, but late. Stolen base. He stole that one on Gable. Got a real good jump. As Duat with a stolen base. 1-1 the count. Throwing Tibor has taken down a pair of runners at third base in this tournament. And that throw was on line, but late. 1-1 the count. They were putting, just in case the bunt was on, defensively where the third baseman comes in, shortstop. In this case, Wolf hustling over to cover, but there was no indication of a bunt. The Vets, I should say, 12-8 at the number 4 seed. Had the tiebreaker over the Bombers, actually edged them by a game, got a win late to get that number 4 seed, beat the Bombers in the East Region Tournament. Ball is low, and it's now 2-2 the count as 4 seed beat the Bombers 6-5. Lost to the Wapaton Post 20 squad 10-0, then got to state blanking Kindred in the state qualifier 3-0. 2-2. Little dribbler left side, going to be a tough play as Denbaum fakes the throw to third. They've got Duat caught between second and third as he is chased down for the out. Sobolik, the second baseman, did a nice job. Faked the throw a couple of times and was able to tag Duat out for the out. So it's a fielder's choice, out number 2. Mapes will reach on the fielder's choice. It will go 5-4. And a smart play there. Faking on the throw, knowing he's not going to have a chance at first to see if you can hang the lead runner out to dry, and they did. So two-way. Evan Peterson, the batter, 0 for 3 on Friday, and takes a strike here, and it's 0-1. Gable pauses and deals, popped up, should be playable. Denbaum makes the call and comes up the line to make the catch. Gable's doing a really good job. He's got the West Fargo hitters off balance here early. As for the Vets, no runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left on. That'll do it for the top of the second. Inning and a half complete. The Vets and the Volunteers, their season's on the line, are scoreless here at Magnitude Sports.
Boston Pizza harnessed Fanalytics to help optimize no-look dipping. Ooh, Ooh! Making adjustments? So you can stay focused on the game. The playoffs at Boston Pizza, powered by Fanalytics.
At Boston's, we make crowd pleasers. Like this.
Yes. Woo!
And these.
So good!
And definitely this.
I love you! Woo!
Stop by or book your catering order online and we'll make you a fan.
Onward to the last of the second inning. And the rest of the schedule today after this one, elimination game, the Castleton Haymakers and the Bismarck Senators, two teams that have not met so far this year. That'll be at 2:30 in the winner's bracket game tonight, Wahpeton and Kindred. Teams met a little over 2 weeks ago here to end the regular season, Wahpeton winning both times. Will Easom, designated hitter, and strike one here, 0-1. It'll be Easom, Danbaum, and Tibor. The Clouds have been replaced by some sunshine here at Viking Varsity Diamond and Kindred. Easom, 1 for 3 at a single in the 6th inning on Friday against Kindred. And Jorgen Swenson holds off on a off-speed delivery, and it's 1-1. Yesterday, Easom 0 for 3, so 1 for 6 here in the tournament. A little chatter you might be able to hear from that Volunteers dugout. One thing with Dickinson, they've really done it with pitching and defense. Have not showed a lot of, I would call, big play offense. Not a lot of extra bases. Took advantage of really one big opportunity yesterday. Sacrifice flies from Cameron Wolf and Logan Gross. And really other than that, didn't really put a lot of pressure offensively on the Capitals. Strike on the inside corner, and it's now 2-2. Hammond at 18 pitches as Gable, pretty reasonable 23 through 2 innings of work on the Volunteers side. And the delivery, here's a swing and a fly ball into right center field. And waiting for it, Davies, and puts it away for out number 1.
Jack Davies with the catch.
One away on the proceed scoreboard. Scoreless here in the bottom of the second. Tyler Danbaum, the batter.
Tyler Danbaum.
Danbaum 0 for 3, reached in an error and scored yesterday, and a strike, 0-1. Danbaum is 0 for 6 here in the tournament. Correction on the count, 2-0. 2-0 the count as that missed inside. Outfield medium deep throughout. There's a hard hit ball. Nice backhanded play at short. Lashovsky's throw and plenty of time. Nicely done and 2 down. Danbaum hit it well, but boy, nice play there by Lashovsky. Smooth with the backhand and plenty of time to throw him out by a couple of steps. 2 down. Christian Tibor, the catcher, will hit. Tibor 0 for 3. Run scored yesterday in the second inning against the Bismarck Capitals. Strike 1. Well, Dickinson and the Senators, the last left from the West. First 2 teams were eliminated for West Region teams, Watford City and the Bismarck Capitals yesterday. Hard hit ball up the middle. It's in the center. There's the first Dickinson hit of the afternoon. So Tibor, a solid base knock.
Tibor.
It's his first hit of the state tournament. Courtesy runner coming in for the Volunteers.
Now batting number 4, right fielder, Kevin Olson.
It's Kevin Olson, the batter.
Now courtesy runner.
Sam Luton will run at first. Saw Luton playing in the outfield in the first couple of games here in this state tournament. And the pitch. Called strike. Kevin Olson, the winning pitcher yesterday on the mound for the Volunteers. 2 singles at the plate as well, went 2 for 3. He was the player of the game announced here. They announce a player of the game after every game. That is pulled towards the parking lot. I think the trees are going to, slow it down, and it's 2 strikes to count. That's where that well-established tree line comes into play. Otherwise, that one might have hit somebody's front end of the vehicle in the parking lot. 2 strikes to count. Up high with a fastball. Tried to put a little something extra on that one. Get Olson to chase, and he didn't bite. 1-2 the count. 325 down the left field line here in Kindred. 348 to straightaway center. And a short 302 down the right field line. 1-2. Reaching for it. Little dribbler back to the mound. Nice play by Hammond. And on to first to win the inning. So 1 hit in the inning. No runs a hit. And 1 left as we are through 2. Viking Varsity Diamond in Kindred. It is the State Class A Legion Baseball Tournament. West Fargo and Dickinson are scoreless. We'll be back with more in a moment.
There's no question that yield is at the core of everything we do at Stein. It's why we are here today, and it's what will continue to propel us and our growers into the future of agriculture. Stein Enlist E3 soybeans provide a significant dollar per acre yield benefit, plus access to the best weed control in the industry. That is yield plus results. Yield expected, yield delivered. Stein Enlist E3 soybeans have yield.
Gable, 23 pitches through 2 as we are back at Viking Varsity Diamond in Kindred. Owen Haugen will lead things off for the West Fargo Vets. Haugen pitched yesterday, was the losing pitcher, and went 0 for 2 at the plate. 9-1-2 in the order for West Fargo. Held off the first pitch from Gable in ball 1. So each team of 1 base runner through 2. Actually, the Vets have had a couple of base runners here so far. Swing and a miss. One got erased on the base paths. 1-1 the count. Lined hard and just off the glove. Wolf got a piece of it as it goes on into left field for a base hit. Trying to get that at the peak of his jump and just out of his reach in a leaping attempt. So second hit for West Fargo, and that'll flip it back up top to Charlie Lashofsky. Volunteers turned a key double play yesterday in the 5th inning with the Capitals threatening. There's a bunt. Danbaum charges in, 1 play to first. It is made, able to keep that foot of the bag just enough for the out. But Lashofsky gets it done, sacrifice for the first out.
Lashofsky moves Haugen to second. On the sacrifice bunt,
and here's Glinke. Glinke 0 for 2, a walk and a run scored yesterday. Glinke is 3 for 6 in the tournament after a fly ball to center in the first inning. Hughlin comes in right at the edge of the grass cutout at first. And the delivery. Missed away for ball 1. The pitcher's mound is turfed. The rest of it we play on the natural surface. Of course, Dickinson at Astoria Field. Turf in the infield, likewise at Young Field in West Fargo. Outside, 2-0 the count. Do have a base open here, and Glinke, who's been one of the top hitters for the Vets here this year, and especially in this state tournament. North Dakota will be represented in the Central Plains Regional with post 2 in Williston. Little dribbler foul, 2-1 after West Fargo. The Patriots there last year, and then Patriots in post 400 2 summers ago. It's in Rapid City for the second straight year, and West Fargo will host the Central Plains Regional in the summer of 24. And starring in Bank Field in 25, hosted by Post 400. And it's going to be a lot of fun. 2 balls and 1 strike. Minnesota finishing up their championships, and then the bracket will be set for that. Swing and a miss, and 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. There were a few years where the Class A champ went on. When Kindred won in 19, they went to Wisconsin. And Wahpeton, previous years when they've won, gone in the past, 2-2, way high, 3-2 the count. Haugen is at second. He's the second Vets base runner into scoring position so far this afternoon. 3-2, fouled away. And the count rides along at 3-2. And again, we talked about it, and it'll kind of have to wait and see how the matchups, but basically the 2 games tomorrow, games 12 and 13 of the tournament, and it says right on the bracket, 3-2. There's a line drive to left for a base hit. Haugen rounding third, and Quinn Irie will hold him up as the throw back in to Den Baum, and a solid base hit. They throw back to first, but Glinke, 4th hit of the state tournament, and that puts runners on the edges with 1 out.
Into the box, number 23, left fielder Blake Larson.
Blake Larson reached on an air in his first at bat. But games 12 and 13, it says right on the bracket, will not match previous opponents against each other unless absolutely necessary. So, for example, let's say, for example, Kindred and Castleton, 2 teams that are still alive to this point, have already played once. They're trying to avoid having them play a second time. Like, for example, let's say the Vets win. You would try to avoid having them play Wahpeton, for example, because they know Wahpeton, win or lose today, will play on Monday. Here's the 1-0. Runner from first goes, pitch is inside. The throw is cut off by Soblik. Pitch is a ball. It's now 2-0 to Larson, and that will get trail base runner Glinke to second, so takes the double play out of order, and we'll see if it adjusts the Dickinson defensive alignment a little bit. Hughlin is in right at the edge of the grass cutout again at first. They're in at third, and a ground ball up the middle. Wolf makes the play near second, gets up, throw to first, and safe. He beat it. Throw back to third. Runner's safe there. They're safe everywhere. It's an infield hit. Larson drives in a run, and the Vats have a 1-0 lead.
Blake Larson, the RBI single.
Infield hit for Larson, and a 1-0 Vets lead on the Proceed scoreboard. Boy, close play at first base. It really was a bang-bang play at first.
Number 4, center fielder Wrigley Gunderson.
As the batter is Wrigley Gunderson. It really was literally the tie going to the base runner there. Gunderson is flying to left, and we'll see if they put Larson in motion sooner rather than later. He's got a big lead already at first. Gable, as the runner goes, pitch is a strike. Throw comes all the way through and is not cut off. It's into center field. A run will score. As coming across is Glinke. First pitch was a strike. Neither Wolf nor Sobolik could cut that ball off as it scooted on into center field. A stolen base, and it will be an error tacked onto that as well. Now a 2-0 lead for the Vets. So now a 2-0 advantage. Gunderson works with a 1-strike count. Missed away, 1-1 the count. Vets offensively can provide some punch. Glinke, Gunderson, Davies. Duat can provide some power. And the delivery. Line drive, that's into center for a base hit. Charging is Balliot. He'll get it back in. It'll be one base each. Now the ball gets away, and that will allow Gunderson an extra base. A base hit, and they may tack an error on that. It looks like they will. So the throw came back in. Glinke kind of tried to casually backhand it, and they will charge an error on that. So the error, I think, will be on the first baseman on that for, I don't think was anything wrong with the throw. They just did not handle that, so they have put an error on the board. So that's the second error of the inning and the third for Dickinson. And trip to the mound coming right now where
she's been snapping photos throughout the tournament. And she hasn't posted on the south side
coaching staff
of the grandstand.
As the head man for Dickinson coming out there for a visit, Carson Packard. I think this is just like, guys, we haven't helped ourselves any.
Take it home for free. See a million you want to keep. Let's give Wendy Bernier a round
So
of
conference of the
applause.
mound comes to a close, and I think I think that was for everybody. That was not just for pitcher and catcher. It's a couple of mistakes in the field, and maybe one where he got a little too casual in the field. So 2 in. West Fargo's taking advantage. Aggressive on the base paths. Jack Davies to hit. This is inside for ball 1. So this a key portion of the game. West Fargo 2 and threatening for more, and Dickinson offense that has struggled to generate a lot offensively the first two days of the tournament. 2-0 the count. So 3 hits in the inning, and Dickinson really defensively had been very good the first two, especially yesterday. First error didn't hurt him in the first inning, but one so far has, and the second has an opportunity to. Inside 3-0, they do have a base open, but a pretty good hitter in Ding Dewitt on deck. Gable, 20 pitches so far in the inning, and he is not out of the thick stuff yet. 3-0, and a walk. That fills him up with one out.
Number 24, the designated hitter,
Ding Dewitt singled in the left center in his first at bat. He already has a pair of runs batted in, one on a solo homer yesterday, and there are ducks on the pond to bring home in the delivery. And he was thinking that too, swing and a miss and 1 strike. A good job there by Gable off speed, and that fell off the table and quickly 0-1 the count. So pair of runs in for the Vets on the Proceed scoreboard. Need seed, think. Proceed, it's 0-1. And the pitch out of the way. Roller out to short. They may have a chance. Flip to second for 1. Sobolik on to first, and they turn it for 2. 6-4-3 on the inning-ending double play. The Vets get 2, but the double play provides for a little damage control. So, 2 runs in the inning, and they do so on 4 hits. Couple of errors in the inning, and 2 left on. The Vets have the lead, 2-0 after 2.5. State tournament continues on Magnitude Sports.
Gordy's Travel Plaza continues to improve products and services. Now open is the Beer Cave with wines and spirits. Pick up a fresh-made Sandy's donut along with the fresh bean-to-cup coffee or espresso. How about our tasty popcorn with warm butter on top, or cool down with the all-new Fresh Blend shakes, smoothies, frappes, frazzles, and more. Now open is Champ's Chicken, Hangar 54 Pizza, and Hot Mex Express. We are excited for you to try out the all-new items at Gordy's Travel Plaza in Castleton, serving Castleton and the surrounding communities for over 55 years.
There's no question that yield is at the core of everything we do at Stein. It's why we are here today, and it's what will continue to propel us and our growers into the future of agriculture. Stein Enlist E3 soybeans provide a significant dollar per acre yield benefit, plus access to the best weed control in the industry. That is yield plus results. Yield expected, yield delivered. Stein Enlist E3 soybeans have yield.
Pitcher number 3, Drew Gable at the plate.
Ball 1 to Drew Gable. It's 8-9-1 in the Volunteers order, and fouled away, 1-1 the count. Gable won at bat in the state tournament, a single in the 6th inning yesterday against the Bismarck Capitals. So the Vets get 2, but that could have been far, far worse, as able to coax a ground ball out of do it. Strike makes it 1-2. Well done. A 6-4 3-inning ending double play as the Volunteers' second double play turned here at State. Ooh, got him, hit him on a 1-2 pitch. You're stretching over there, Max. You hit one like, you got hit like that? Got plunked like that? You gotta wear that one. It probably feels okay now, but they're gonna have a courtesy runner coming in for Gable. He's got more time and more innings to pitch here, so I got to try and take care of him. So I'll have a runner coming in. Liam Robb will run at first base. That's his first appearance, I believe, for him at State for the Volunteers. Batters Cameron Wolf. Sacrifice fly for Wolf yesterday. Drove in one of the 2 Volunteer runs. He doubled on Friday against Kindred. Strike 1.
Courtesy running for Volunteers. Number 5, William Robb.
Hammond is at 33 pitches as he works here with a man on and nobody out here in the 3rd inning. Throw the first to the runner back. One strike, bunt is on. He pulls back. Does Wolf, and it misses away. 1-1 the count. Appreciate our sponsors making our coverage possible. Kindred Youth Baseball Association, Bar 9, Boston's Pizza, West Fargo Baseball, Pro C, Gordy's Travel Plaza, Castleton and Mapleton, Stein Seed, among others. Here's the 1-1. Called strike at the knees. 1-2. Now to Cameron Wolf. One strikeout so far for Hammond. 4 ground ball outs. He's been able to coax out of the Dickinson lineup. Runner is on the move. There's a chopper to third. Could be a tough play as the throw on to first. Just got him. Nicely done by Haugen. Got him by a step for the out. Got a high hopper down the third base line. Wolf retired. Robb goes to second, and that'll bring up Easton Hughlin to the top of the order now for the Volunteers. He was a strikeout victim at his first at bat. There you see West Fargo in the traditional West Fargo baseball colors. Kind of the forest green and orange. And they use that through all levels of baseball. It is, like I said, if you don't see those jerseys in the summer, then you aren't going to baseball enough. They've got great numbers in that program. Strike one. It's like you think of post two with the red and black and the delivery. Outside 1-1. Some activity in the Dickinson bullpen. In fact, the ball got away from the bullpens are right down near the right field fence, and that one got all the way down adjacent to the dugout. So a quick pause there for a moment. It's 2-1 the count. Two games tomorrow. Game one starting at 3, and then the championship, at least the first one, set to begin at noontime. Right on the new hour on Tuesday, and if a second title game is needed, and again, a lot of that will be determined on whether there are 2 or 3 teams standing after Monday's play. Because if there's 3 teams left, then they know there will be 2 games. So you'll have at least 2 with 1 loss. Swing and a miss. It's a strikeout. They'll throw back to second base. There is the out recorded. Hughlin a strikeout victim for the second time. Gordy's Travel Plaza strikeout on that one. 2 down. Gordy's Travel Plaza off I-94 in Castleton and Mapleton. Check out that Castleton newly renovated and refurbished Castleton location. It is, if they don't have it, you don't need it. Here's Nick Sobolik. A lot of great food options. Pitch to Sobolik high, and it's 1-0. It was a good place, and they made it a lot better. Sobolik out in a comebacker back to the mound on his first at bat as the Volunteers have their first runner into scoring position. Down 2 here in the third. Half swing, and he knew it. 1-1. Set in the 1-1. Low, 2 balls and 1 strike. The count, throw back, and close play. Mapes threw that low, and sometimes throwing that low to get that hop sometimes works, and you need that infielder to apply a quick take, and that's exactly what Peterson did. 2-1 the count. Cheating it at third is Haugen, and it's 3-1. Outfield straightaway, medium deep throughout. And with not much of a breeze to speak of. But boy, another picture-perfect day. Strike 3 and 2. Temperatures maybe will top out around 80 or so. Let's see where we are temp-wise right now. 75 degrees and might top out of around 80 to 81. 3-2. Fouled away. We will do it again. Pitch number 7 of the at-bat. And it's a full count. Other than a little bit of rain Friday, Mother Nature has been very kind to us. Expecting maybe some warmer conditions tomorrow, about 84 and then 89. Pick off play at second. We're working on Rob quite a bit. Comes back in on one knee, and this is bad. It's lengthened out a little bit, but warmest day might be the final day on Tuesday. 3-2 pitch. Fouled away. We'll try it again. Hammond, the 4th pitcher that the Vets have used so far in the tournament. The Volunteers have used 4, used 2. Easom went 6. on Friday in the 4-1 loss to Kindred. They used 2 yesterday with Olson and Gable. Little tapper down the third base line, played by Haugen, fires on the run, and, or they say a foul ball. Hold the phone, foul ball. Made the play, but apparently in foul territory. It's the home plate umpire's call, and I'll try it again. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So 3-2 once more. Yeah, this is a 9-pitch at bat. This would be the 9th pitch of the at bat. And he got him. Swing and a miss. So Hammond a couple of strikeouts here in the inning. And the Volunteers strand a runner in scoring position. No runs on a hit. And 1 stranded. We're through 3 from Viking Varsity Diamond in Kindred. West Fargo, the Bats, trying to stay alive here in the state Class A tournament. Lead 2-0.
Hi, it's Dr. Tiffany Johnson from Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo. What impact I want to make, how my office is different, how my niche is different. It is all about giving people hope and helping them believe that their bodies were made to heal.
Let me show you how your life can change through chiropractic at Healing Touch Chiropractic.
Program, there is a coupon for a $1 ice cream cone. Soft serve ice cream, South Express Lane. Get yourself some ice cream, some gas, or a number of other things. Think of Express Lane.
I can see the totals through 3. 5 hits for the Vets. They have left 4 on. Bottom third of the order for West Fargo. With a 2-0 advantage. Trivia question was, how high is the Green Monster at Fenway Park? 37 feet. And just as a very interesting sidebar, the batter's eye in Kindred is 26 feet high. I was today years old when I found that out. But that's a good, because I would not have guessed it was. I thought maybe 20. Maybe low 20s, but 26. Here's the 1-0. Called strike it, it's 1-1. It'll be Mapes, Peterson, and Haugen here in the top of inning number 4. Mapes reached in a fielder's choice. And the delivery. Strike called. He had a little dribbler down the third base line with a runner at second. Denbaugh made a nice play, faking the throw to first, knowing he wasn't going to have a chance to get him, and they had Dang Dewitt hung out to dry, got him on a run down between second and third, eventually taking him out. Hold to left, trouble if it's fair, but it'll stay in for Gross, and makes the catch right near the line. It's a fair ball grab, and good for out number 1. One away in the 4th.
For the first out,
50 pitches now for Gable.
Second baseman, number 3, Devin Peterson.
As he is at 50 pitches. And he is on 36 strikes. 72% strike rate. That's getting it done. Ball 1 to Devin Peterson. A pop to third in his first at bat. Vets used 4 hits in that third inning, couple of errors. Really, 1 only affected the scoring, swing and a miss. The Vets, or the Volunteers, I should say, were very fortunate in that regard. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And him out front. And a ball and 2 strikes. Owen Haugen's on deck. Gable's on 1-2. It is in the dirt, 2-2 the count. Two. That one bounced up there on three or 4 feet in front of home plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Gable surrendered a 4-pitch walk to Jack Davies in the 3rd, and that's the only walk that he has issued to this point. Payoff pitch to 3rd, took a bad hop off the glove of Denbaum. Ball trickles into foul territory, and Peterson wants 2, and he will have it. Ball came up on him, tried to backhand it near the bag, got a glove on it. And we'll see how they score that. And they'll give him a double. I think even if he gets to that cleanly, that's going to be an awfully tough play to throw out Peterson. Got a glove on it. And got redirected into foul territory. So a double for Peterson. Owen Haugen will hit. He delivered a single and scored in the 3rd. So the first extra base hit for the Vets this afternoon. And the pitch is a ball, 1-0. Hughlin comes in, and we've seen Dickinson do this multiple times in the tournament where the corner infielders, in this case Hughlin at first, comes way in, even if the batter doesn't show an indication of a bunt. Line drive, no bunt there. Base hit into right field. Charging is Olsen. They will hold the runner at 3rd. Throw comes all the way through. And the number 9 batter, Haugen, is 2 for 2 with a solid single into right field. And here come the Vets again in the 4th.
Turns the order around to the leadoff man, shortstop.
Top of the order now, and Charlie Laszewski. Laszewski 0 for 1 with a sacrifice. And an RBI opportunity here as the Vets trying to tack on some more here in the 4th inning against Gable. Ground ball out to short. Flip to 2nd for 1. Soblik on to 1st. Ball gets away to the sidewall. A run will score. To 2nd goes Laszewski. He reaches. It's a run across to make it a 3-0 game. They tried to turn their 2nd double play in as many innings. A fielder's choice. They erase Haugen for an out. Fielder's choice and an error charge to Soblik. A run home.
With the fielder's choice and the RBI scores Devin Peterson. Laszewski moves to 2nd on the air. And now batting number 29, first base.
So a runner at 2nd and 2 away for Jackson Glinke. Strike 1 is the count. We've got the numbers where we want and have them correct now. Got everything updated. 1 strike. And the delivery in the dirt. Tibor with a nice block. He has been, well, catching. Much of this tournament has been very good, but he has really been one of the standouts. He has really done a fine job. Thrown a couple of runners out. A couple of runners out at 3rd. One in the first 2 games each for the Volunteers. Fouled away, 1 and 2. Glinke singled and scored in the 3rd. He's 1 for 2. He has 4 hits to lead the Vets here in this Class A state tournament. Pitch count riding up to 62 now for Gable. 1-2 pitch. Hit hard up the middle, played by Wolf. To the left of 2nd. Strong throw, got him to end the inning. Side retired as the Vets add a run. They leave one on in the fourth inning, and they up the lead after 3.5. It is now a 3-0 West Fargo Vets advantage here on Magnitude Sports. We'll be right back.
Mitzel Magic Services is locally owned and operated out of Bismarck, North Dakota. They provide the services you need to keep your home looking great. Whether it's lawn mowing or snow removal, get the job done for a reasonable and affordable rate with Mitzel Magic Services. Mitzel Magic Services also offers weed control, landscaping, tree trimming, and yard cleanup services and more. Want some magic done to your yard? You know who to call. Mitzel Magic Services. Contact Jaden today at 701-333-9791 or visit them on Facebook by searching Mitzel Magic Services.
3 now for Dickinson. Center fielder number 1,
Jake Balliot to lead things off against Hammond, and that is fouled off his front foot for strike one. Was an earned run. West Fargo picked up off of Gable in the fourth. It's at 63 pitches is Gable. Hammond 51 pitches, 33 strikes. 2-1, that ratio fouled away by Balliot in 2 strikes. Grounded to first in his first at bat. Esom and Danbaum to follow. Time called. Hammond a little sick of waiting. I don't know if he's not in agreement with the signs or he kind of had a little disgusted look as he stepped off the rubber. 1-2 the count. It's like pitching. You just want to get in that pace, especially with nobody on. You don't want to waste any time. Try to get in rhythm. Line drive on one hop. Played at second by Peterson. Backed up onto the step and throws him out. 1 down. Here's Esom, will fly to right in his first at bat.
Peterson on the blinky for the first out. Will bring up the cleanup man. And designated hitter number 6, Will Esom.
Esom 1 for 7 here in the state tournament. Ball 1 inside. Hot dog. Fouled at the plate, 1-1 the count. Volunteers really haven't threatened a whole lot as just a pair of base runners, just one into scoring position. And the Vets have been rock solid behind him defensively. High for a ball. And it is 2-1 the count. Yesterday, Wahpeton putting a lot of pressure. A couple of errors late in the game, but the way they did, especially late, is just putting a lot of pressure on the opposition's defense. That is pulled foul as Dan Haugen, the umpire, to the third base line. He's kind of stayed put. He had to kind of turn away from the play to signal that call. It's one thing umpires don't want to. They have to call the play, but they don't want to get in the middle of it or be a ground rule, so to speak. Trying to stay out of the way. 2-2. Hit to left center. That is in the alley and won't be caught. That's all the way to the wall in left center field as Esom digs for 2, and he has a double. That one about letter high, and he yanked that one into the alley in left center field. The Volunteers needed something to get a little energy going in the dugout, and that did. Here's Danbaum. Danbaum grounded to short as Hammond steps off. Both Lashofsky and Peterson taking turns keeping a watchful eye on the base runner. There's a base hit through the hole left field. Easom at third will be held up as the throw comes all the way through. And here come the Volunteers, first and third. And one away.
Danbaum with the single. That'll bring up number 14, the catcher, Christian Tibor.
Christian Tibor to hit. Singled in the second. And again, still plenty of swings left, but as the innings start to go quickly and you start counting outs in your season, and Dickinson down to 11 at this point, so no time like the present. You don't have to get them all here in one shot, but if you could at least pick off one or two. Danbaum, they step off. He sprints towards second. They'll throw to second. They get the out there. Now the throw to the plate, and Easom will scramble back to third. That was by design. The trail base runner is trying to get either A, to the pitcher to balk, or getting a rundown so you can at least get on the base paths long enough to get that runner home from third. And they got none. Tibor hits with 2 out. Ball 1. And did a good job. The second baseman, Peterson, did. It goes 1-4. So you call it a caught stealing and 2 down. He did make a move towards second. 1-0. Strike inside corner. Tibor had to turn that front shoulder away from the pitch, and it's 1-1. I said you're either trying to get him to balk or get on that rundown, or at least get yourself to second. You either A, want to get a run in or not record another out. And none of it worked. 2-1 the count. And I would imagine that's a play that, well, you're teaching, but how to defend it is also key. Tibor base hit left field. The Volunteers are on the board. Tibor is 2 for 2. An RBI single to left. It's 3-1 West Fargo. Kevin Olson is the batter. 3 hits in the inning. Sam Luton will run it first.
And in the box, the right fielder, number 4, Kevin Olson.
Olson out on a comebacker to Hammond in his first at bat. And the delivery. Ball 1. But we talk about that play, and to teach how to defend it is you kind of have to have your head on a swivel if you're kind of handling things in the rundown. Down the third base line, backhanded Haugen, off balance throw to first, not in time. Trying to knock it down, Glinke, he can't. The ball gets away, and the runners will be at first and third with 2 down. Believe will be we'll see how they score that. I think a base hit, because it's infield hit on that one.
Infield hit.
Because it was an off-balance throw, and that's one where you kind of have to, if you have to do a little something extra to try and make a play on that one, in that case off balance. Olson a base hit. 4 straight hits for Dickinson. They try to keep the line moving here. Ball 1 to Gable. Set, and the delivery. Up and in, 2-0 the count. Gable singled in his first at bat, and 2 for 2 here in the state tournament. That is going to be 4 hits in the inning. Called strike 2 and 1. That should be 6 now for Dickinson, and it is. Keyboard third, Olson at first. Tying run at first. Olson's going. Pitch is high. They will throw all the way through. The ball is not held. And making a move towards the plate was Luton. He stays put. And the pitch was a ball to make it now 3 and 1. So 2 in scoring position.
Olson steals second.
And a 3-1 count to Gable. A base hit. Could possibly even this game up. And starting to see some stirring now in the Vets bullpen down the left field line. Somebody starting to get loosened up. Ball 4. And they're loaded here with 2 down. So Gable reaches for the second time. And Hammond has hit a rut here in the 4th inning.
Gable walks.
And this will draw a visit. It's like Cody Hughes. Assistant coach comes out for a visit. Cameron Wolf is the batter. So a quick trip of the mound here, and all of a sudden, well, the out on the rundown looks a little bit larger right now. Just most of this has been done with 2 out. 2-out hit from Tibor and consecutive base runners reaching. So on Olson's base hit, I think they'll tack an error on that as well. I think you have to. So a single and an error, because the error allowing Tibor to get to third base. So a single hitting the runner to first. Cameron Wolf, Liam Robb is going to run at first base. Base is loaded, 2 out. Out to short. Lashovsky will go to third, and they'll get the force out there to end the inning. So Dickinson gets 1, but strands 3 in the bottom of the 4th inning. 4 hits in the inning, and the side finally retired at the end of 4. 3-1 in favor of the Vets. We'll be right back.
The Kindred Area Arts Partnership would like to wish the Kindred Vikings the best of luck in this year's tournament and thank all of the National Anthem singers who have given their time and contributed their voices to sing the National Anthem at each of the games, both past and present. It's the mission of KAAP to inspire an appreciation for the arts by facilitating and supporting art opportunities for both students and adults through a partnership with Kindred Public School as well as through connections in the community. Learn more about KAAP by visiting kindredkaap.org.
Touchmark provides a carefree lifestyle for our residents, and we are here with you the entire way.
I'm so happy I made the move to Touchmark.
There's always enough to keep me busy, and people are very friendly here. I enjoy that. It makes my day.
People get up and dance. I mean, it's such a joyful place to live. How can you not like it?
That sense of community is so strong. When I think of Touchmark, I just think big, but I think beautiful, and I think home.
Defensive changes now for Dickinson. New pitcher is Logan Gross. He moves in from left field. Kevin Olson, I believe, is now in left.
Your attention, please. Defensive change.
Chris Larson, the home plate umpire.
Include
Chris out of Milner, North Dakota, where he's the high school superintendent.
Kevin Olson is going to scoot on over to the left.
Kevin Olson's in left. I believe Luton is now in right. As
for Drew Gable.
Gable, 63 pitches.
Pitches for Gable.
63 for Gable as he goes 4 innings. 7 hits, 3 runs.
Leading off for West Fargo will be left-hander number
1 walk,
23.
no strikeouts. 63 pitches, 44 strikes. As West Fargo to hit here in the top of inning number 5. Let's make sure we have everything. Olson's in left. Luton is now into the game in right field, so Olson moves from right to left. Infield remains unchanged, and now Gross is pitching, so Gable out of the game. So Luton. Oh. So Luton should be in the number 8 spot, and then Easom, the DH, should be out of play, I believe. First pitch, ball 1 here to Blake Larson. Larson 1 for 2. Knocked in a run with an infield hit, legged one out in the 3rd. Strike 1. 1-1 the count. Not a bad outing for Gable. Kept his team in the game, and we'll see if Hammond comes out for the 5th. Up and in with a fastball, nearly hit it, but it's 2-1 as there is activity down to the Vets bullpen. Right now, 72 pitches for Hammond. So he had to work a bit on the 4th. Called strike. Yeah, it's 2-2. Two-two pitch. Got it. A little fastball by him and a strikeout. Gordy's Travel Plaza strikeout. That is the first for Dickinson pitching and 1 down. They had lunch orders. I went hot dog, but I think the rest of the panel went with nachos. And they're all saying yes. Oh, Josh changed it up with a burger. Pitch hits Gunderson. He is on. I had taco in a bag yesterday, and that was good. Thumbs up. We're getting a lot of head nods from the panel here. That was all right. I have not had I had the pulled pork Friday night, and that was pretty good. Jack Davies, the batter now for the Vets. They've got a good selection of ballpark fare here in Kindred. That is, it's been great to see, and it's all very, very good. Davies, 0 for 1 with a walk. And the pitch. Gross delivers a strike, and it's 0-1. Teams did not play in the regular season. Dickinson didn't come this way too much. As we mentioned, early July, post 400, Kindred and West Fargo's the pitch in the dirt. Runner goes, got a late break, and they got it. Late break, Gunderson is cut down. Sobolik applying the tag. Pitch was a ball to make it 1-1. 2-4, and they caught stealing 2 down here in the 5th. There's T-Board cutting down another base runner here in the tournament. Lone, it's 2-1. Dickinson got 1 back, but the runner caught between first and second was a key out given up, and we'll see if that looms large as the game progresses. Good pitch, strike outside corner, says Chris Larson. 2-2 to Jack Davies with the bases cleared and 2 down. Full count. Hour 18 into this one. Got a little bit behind schedule after the first game yesterday, but really after that, games were, for the most part, on time. There's a 2-out walk. Vets trying to
Jack Davies walks.
fire it up again with 2 out.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 24, Dang Do It.
Dang Do It will have a chance here with 2 away. Singled in the second, hit into a 6-4-3 double play. And you go back to that, the Vets had a 3-0 lead. Actually, a 2-0 lead at that point. That double play kept things in range for the Volunteers, striking its 0-1. So each team has had opportunities for bigger innings that have not materialized. 0-1 the count. They'll play Do It deep. Look at Olsen out there, fairly deep out there and off the line in left. Likewise in center is Balliet. Pardon me, swing, and a foul makes it 2 strikes. Glad you're with us wherever you might be via Magnitude Sports, including the most loyal of followers. Our friend Jim in North Carolina throw to first in the runner back. Just 1 tournament left for the summer, at least on our airwaves. 0-2 in the dirt. Tibor knocks it down, and Davies gets to second. Throws late. Wild pitch gets him there. So now an RBI chance for Do It. As Gross wants to visit with Tibor. Make sure they're both on the same page here. One ball, 2 strikes. See what he does. He's trying to get him to chase. Maybe elevate a fastball, perhaps. Check of the runner at second. They go fastball, little looper out back of short. Trouble, it's down for a base hit. A run will score. Davies in. The throw comes all the way through. Tibor comes to cut it off, and Do It will stay at first. A 2-out RBI single makes it a 4-1 West Fargo lead.
Dang Do It does it again. RBI single, his second single of the game. Scores Jack Davies. And brings up number 6, the catcher, Cooper Mapes.
Batter is Cooper Mapes. And Do It did it. 2-out single, 4-1. I'm only using that line once. Mapes 0 for 2. Josh is going to beat it till it's ingrained in everybody's head. Pitch is a strike. 0-1 to Cooper Mapes. We'll see if they get Dang moving here. You're up 4-1 now, where you can get him in a scoring position. See if you can swipe away another run. Getting late here in the 5th. Ball high, and it's 1-1. Again, playing fairly deep in left and center. Not quite as much in right with Luton. In the dirt, Tibor at the block, 2-1. Vets did not qualify for the state tournament last year. 3 of the 4 representatives from last year's field in the East are back in the dirt with Wahpeton, Castleton, and Kindred. The Fargo Jets were the 4th. Now 3-1 to Mapes. And that's maybe a bit of a surprise, at least for a lot of years. Not uncommon to see the Vets or the Aces get to the state tournament field. 3-1. Go to first and Do It back. Ball 4, and first and second here with 2 out. So 2 walks and a hit batsman as Gross laboring a bit here in the 5th as Devin Peterson will hit, and may have a courtesy runner coming in as Mapes jogging off, and we'll get a new runner in for West Fargo. Noah Betker will run at first base. Castleton and the Bismarck Senators in another loser-out matchup. We'll follow this one approximately 2:30, maybe a little later, depending on how this one progresses along. Peterson, a double off the third baseman's glove, scored last inning. And ball one here. And a shot that went off the glove of Denbaum into foul territory. Came around to score on a fielder's choice by Lashovsky in an error. 1-0 the count. The set of the pitch. It is low for ball 2. Throw back to second and do it. Hadn't wandered too far off the bag, and he able to get back in time. Two on, two out, one in for the Vets, and looking to, you think, tack on some more. Playing way off the line and left on Peterson, and a ball low, 3-0 the count. – 24 pitches. 3-0 pitch. Called strike, 3-1. 25 pitches, just 10 strikes as Gross has really labored here in the 5th, trying to keep the damage at just 1. He'll step off. Coverage brought to you by Castleton Cold Storage, by Kindred Youth Baseball Association, the Kindred Area Arts Partnership, among others. All 4 to load them up. Base is full now with 2 away for Owen Haugen, who's had a nice day at the plate, a couple of singles. Boy, now if you're the Vets, boy, another hit or two, and you could really bust this thing open. And the delivery is a strike, 0-1. So Gable was around the plate and walked just 1, and had 4 errors in the field, but really only about 1, maybe 2 came into play, leading to West Fargo runs. A strike and nothing at 2 now to Haugen. Dewitt at third, Mapes at second, and Peterson at first with 2 down. 0-2 pitch, off speed, got him looking for strike 3. Nicely done there. Pulled the string, and Haugen caught window shopping. West Fargo gets 1, but leaves them loaded here in the 5th. They get a run and a hit, and strand 3. As we are through 4.5, West Fargo ups the lead back to 3 at 4-1. We're back in a moment.
Your attention please. Defensive change for West Fargo. Looks as follows. Blake Hammond out of the game. Officially with 72 pitches. Hammond 72 pitches.
First appearance on the mound now for Toby Rederath in this state tournament. Hammond goes 72 pitches and is in line for a win as it stands right now. 4 innings, 72 pitches, 44 strikes. 4 innings, 5 hits, 1 run he was earned, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. He can win it, he cannot lose it. And I believe just a straight switch. They were DHing for Hammond, so nothing should really change in the other than that in the lineup card. Top of the order here for Dickinson, and a strike, 0-1. Easton Hughlin has struck out twice today. Sobolik and Balliot will follow. Rederath sets and deals. Fastball strike and quickly 0-2. Castleton and the Bismarck Senators will follow. And again, 4 teams will be left. We eliminated 2 yesterday, and 2 more will call it a season. After play on day 3 of this tournament, fouled away in 2 strikes. Class B finished up yesterday with Thompson. A 4-2 win over Lemoore. So Lemoore, who won, they pretty much own that level of play, Babe Ruth and Legion in recent years. 0-2, half swing, he went, strike 3. Gordy's Travel Plaza strikeout there. 1 away is Hughlin, down for the 3rd time on strikes and 1 down.
Left fielder, second baseman number 7.
Lemoore won the Babe Ruth title here in 20. The tournament was here in Kindred. Then they won there was no Legion affiliation because of COVID, so they went independent. They won that in 20. Remember, we broadcast that tournament in Minot. Half swing, did Sobolik go? They'll ask, and no swing. Ball 1. Sobolik 0 for 2. And then they won the Babe Ruth, or they won the Legion B titles in 21 and 22 as well. But Thompson, a 4-2 win yesterday in Carrington, 2-0 now to Sobolik. Post 2, 16-7 over Williston to make it official in the AA championship. Post 2 and Williston. How about the Keybirds, the 9 seed in that tournament? And they're still playing. They will head to Rapid City later this week. Pitch from Rederath. Called strike, and it is 2-1. Rederath in the region tournament. Here's the delivery. That is down the right field line. Trouble if it's fair, and it is a fair ball just inside the line. It'll be extra bases. Ball fumbled for a moment out in right field. Is making the turn as Sobolik. He's going to try for 3 throws there. The slide, the tag, and he's out. The Vets pull off a flawless relay to get him. It's a double. He is cut down. 9-4-5 for the second out. It's a double. And the base is cleared for Jake Balliot. Ball 1 to Balliot. Boy, that, when you're down 3 and your season's on the line, that hurts even more. Rederath, 2/3 of an inning against the Fargo Bombers in Game 1 for the Vets in the region tournament. Gave up a hit, 2 walks, a run, struck out a batter. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Golfed into right, hit well, still carrying well as backing up. And hauling it in is Davies for the out. Fairly well hit ball, but just the minimum 3 faced by Rederath. And that'll do it here in the 5th inning, so no runs on a hit. Runner cut down, trying to stretch it into a triple at third. Nobody left. And through 5, we remain with a 4-1 West Fargo Vets lead. We're back in just a moment.
I think what makes Proceed win is we're different than the other companies in many ways with our programming, our simplicity, our non-corporate attitudes, and our personal relationship building.
What Proceed is, we bring back the old-fashioned seed buying experience. We're true seedsmen. We care about everything from the sale to the planting to following up afterwards. That's what we're all about, is just trying to bring that experience back to a personal level.
Need seed? Think Proceed. Proceed.net, great seed at a reasonable price.
Bar 9 in West Fargo is your stop for that pregame lunch and for the postgame celebration. With over 30 TVs, you can catch your team anytime. We have a delicious food menu including wings, pizza, sandwiches, and more. Enjoy it inside or head on outside, day or night, to relax in the comfort of our updated outdoor patio. We also have slots, blackjack, pull tabs, and all gaming proceeds earned go to support West Fargo baseball. So catch your team's game tonight at Bar 9, 1405 Prairie Parkway in West Fargo.
Ball one to Charlie Lashowski. Lashowski, Glinke, and Larson here in the top of the sixth inning. And the pitch on the way. Hit of the air to right center. That's tagged well into the alley. Long run, and it's over the head of Balliot into the wall in right center field. And a leadoff double for Charlie Lashowski here for the Vets in the sixth. Hit number 9 now for the Vets.
With a shot to right center. It's a double.
Second extra base hit.
First baseman Jackson.
And here's Glinke. 1 for 3 for Glinke. With a run scored. Grounded to short in his last at bat. Corner infielders coming in. Huglin in as the pitch is delivered low. Ball one, snap throw back. Tibor not shy in throwing it to any base at any time. And it's 1-0 now to Glinke. A couple balls hit well more to right, where we've seen, and the wind was blowing out to left and left center Friday and Saturday. Roller out to second. Runner will head to third as Soblik throws him out for the first out. Glinke moves him over. Lashowski to third, one away. For Blake Larson.
Glinke moves Lashowski to third. As Soblik throws on the Huglin for the first out.
Larson 1 for 3.
Number 23, Blake.
Infield hit brought a run home in the third, and it will bring the infield in now. Runner at third, one down. Volunteers with the infield in, and a strike. Drops over at the knees, and it's 0-1. And one, if you're Dickinson, you absolutely, positively can't give up. And the pitch. Missed away, 1-1. Winners bracket game tonight, Wahpeton and Kindred, the two teams without a loss so far in this tournament. Wahpeton, a little bit of a scare from the Vets yesterday. Pop foul, 1-2. Couple of strikeouts, and Gross, fortunate he gave up just the one, but got a big strikeout of Haugen. An off-speed delivery to end things. Swing and a miss, and it is strike three. First base open. Tibor looks at third, throws to first, out recorded. Runner stays put at third and 2 away. Third strikeout in relief.
Another great play by the catcher
for Gross.
Christian Tibor, as Gross picks up his third strikeout.
Really well done there by Tibor, able to get to that ball. Keep the runner at third honest. Then a twirl and a throw to first. As a drive by Gunderson, deep left center field. And it is hauled in just in front of the fence by Balliot, who had him shaded just right. Gunderson with a noisy third out. And that'll end things here in the top of the 6th inning. The Vets threaten, do not score. 1 hit and 1 left on. As we're through 5 1/2, it remains a 4-1 lead for the West Fargo Vets. We're back in a moment.
It's Mike with Magnitude Sports. Check out this channel right here, Dakota Fins and Feathers Outdoors. It's owned and operated by a family in Bismarck, North Dakota that I've known for over 2 decades. Kids have grown up into fine young men, and during their high school careers, some of them even played games that were broadcast on Magnitude Sports. If you like hunting, fishing, general outdoor life, sunrise, sunset, everything hunting and fishing related, dogs, hunting dogs, they're the best. Then check out the channel and show them some love. Go to Fins and Feathers Outdoors. Subscribe to them today.
Boston Pizza harnessed Fanalytics to help optimize no-look dipping. Ooh! Making adjustments so you can stay focused on the game. The playoffs at Boston Pizza, powered by Fanalytics.
At Boston's, we make crowd pleasers. Like this.
Woo!
And these.
So good!
And definitely this.
I love you! Woo!
Stop by or book your catering order online and we'll make you a fan.
Hitting up the 6th, the designated hitter, number 6, Will Easton.
Getting late for the Volunteers, down to their final 6 outs, trailing 4-1. Rederath to Easom. And a knee-high strike, 0-1. Easom, Danbaum, and Tibor. 5 hits in the last 2 innings for the Volunteers, but they have mustered up just 1 lonely run. The 0-1 elevated a fastball, went up the ladder and couldn't get it. And it is 0-2, double for Easom. Scored in the 4th. 2 runners cut down on the base paths have helped to quelch any potential uprisings here for the Volunteers. Rederath delivers high. I mentioned just had 1 relief appearance in the East Region tournament, and that came in day 1. He has not pitched. 1-2 the count. And the delivery. Got him, strike 3. Got him looking. Second strikeout in relief for Rederath. Easom caught window shopping, and there's 1 down.
Rederath, third strikeout number 2. And brings to the plate third baseman number 9, Tyler Danbaum.
Here's Danbaum. Singled in his last at bat. And the delivery. High for a ball, 1-0. Danbaum singled in his last at bat, 1 for 2. And the delivery, high, and it's now 2-0 the count. The winner of this game right now would play at 5:30 tomorrow, and again, it will be dependent on who's left and who has played who so far in the tournament. It buzzed the tower on that pitch, and it's now 3-0 to Danbaum. Delivery. Taking all the way is Danbaum at a strike. It is 3-1. We'll see if Easom's maybe taking 1 more here. Heard something from the dugout say it's got to be perfect. It wasn't. Ball 4. One out base runner. Tibor is 2 for 2, an RBI single back in the 4th inning.
Now stepping to the box is number 14, the catcher, Christian Tibor.
They'll hold on with him at first as Haugen in on the grass at third. Double play up the middle. Their step on that lead is the Volunteers dugout. Hasn't given up yet as they are doing whatever they can to try and rattle Rederath, get a rally going. Ball 1 the count. Dickinson's offense has mustered up 4 runs. They've got to get a crooked number here at some point late. Down to their final 5 outs. And our first elimination game of the day. Rederath to the plate and fouled away. 1-1 to Tibor. And again, right now the Senators and the Volunteers, the 2 teams left from the West, trying to at least get one of them into the Final 4. 1-1. Called strike 1 and 2. Be curious to see in their next game, Castleton, who they will go with on the mound. Maybe Jackson Parker, maybe Carter Ricotta perhaps. Might be a couple of possibilities there. Braden Mitchell would be another one. 1-2. Rederath. Delivers a high fastball up of the zone. 2-2 the count. Two pitch. Late swing, able to flip it foul out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's Tibor, kind of an emergency hack, just looking to put it in play and live to see another pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Another half step on the lead, 2-2 in the dirt. Nice backhanded stab by catcher Mapes, full count. Let's see if they put Danbaum in motion. I would think not, down 3. And just don't want to run the risk of getting somebody cut down. You've already had 2 you've lost in the base paths. Another half step on that lead. Rederath steps off. He has been deliberate, especially with runners on. Payoff pitch, fouled away. We'll do it again. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count. Bullpen quiet for the Vets, so this is probably Rederath the rest of the way unless he hits a bumpy patch. (3-2), runner stays put. Ground ball out to short. Lashovsky flipped to second for 1. On to first, low, and safe at first. They nearly were able to rack him up. But a lengthy at bat, and they'll get 1 out of it as they take care of the lead base runner for out number 2. So 2 down.
Christian Tibor reaching up the fielder's choice. Now batting.
See if Tibor, if they're going to have a runner for him, and trip to the mound coming as Cody Hughes, the assistant for the Vets, will come out for a visit as well, as I think Tibor right now is going to stay at first base and will not lift him for the courtesy runner at this point. So conference of the mound here As the batter will be Kevin Olson, who is 1 for 2 today. And right now, 27 pitches. And again, Rederath, this is his first appearance, so I would imagine that is the goal, to just try and finish up with him if possible. Now, home plate umpire Chris Larson's going to try and put an end to this conversation. So Olson 1 for 2. And so far in the tournament, three hits in the tournament for Olson, 2 yesterday. They've out-hit the Volunteers, have the Vets 9-7 so far this afternoon. Popped up, who would like it? Peterson looks up and squeezes it. Sunglasses on, and on one pitch, they retire Kevin Olson, and the side is retired. So that'll end things in the 6th. No runs on a hit. No errors, 1 stranded. We head to the 7th. It remains 4-1 in favor of the West Fargo Vets from the Class A state tournament here at Kindred. We'll be right back.
Mitso Magic Services is locally owned and operated out of Bismarck, North Dakota. They provide the services you need to keep your home looking great. Whether it's lawn mowing or snow removal, get the job done for a reasonable and affordable rate with Mitso Magic Services. Mitso Magic Services also offers weed control, landscaping, tree trimming, and yard cleanup services and more. Want some magic done to your yard? You know who to call. Mitso Magic Services. Contact Jaden today at 701-333-9791 or visit them on Facebook by searching Mitso Magic Services.
Offensive changes here for the Volunteers. Tyler Danbaum is now pitching. He's the 3rd pitcher of the game for the Dickinson Volunteers. Gable has re-entered the game. He is at 2nd.
Your attention, please. Some defensive changes.
So Gable back in the 8th spot in the batting order.
Number 7. Nick
Sobolik is now at 3rd.
Now pitching for Dickinson will be.
So 3rd baseman to the mound. 2nd goes to 3rd. And Gable.
Logan Gross. Official pitch count
37 pitches. So Gross is out of the ball game.
Once again, Tyler Danbaum.
And his pitching line, he goes 2 innings, 2 hits. 2 innings, 2 hits, a run. It was earned. He walked 3, struck out 3, 38 pitches, 19 strikes. And we'll have a hitter here for the Vets. J.J. Lawrenson will hit for Davies.
Will be number 7, J.J. Lawrenson.
So Lawrenson to hit. Dewitt and Mapes will follow. So 3rd pitcher of the game, Danbaum, his first appearance here on the mound at State, and delivers strike 1. And there now is some activity in the bullpen for the West Fargo Vets. Lawrenson 0 for 1 with a walk on Friday. He was the catcher, starting catcher in the 3-0 win over the Bismarck Senators. Down on the count here at 2 strikes. He has 1 for 4 in the tournament, 1 for 3 yesterday against Wahpeton. 2-strike pitch, Off speed, bouncing ball. That's going to find its way into right for a base hit. That was really off speed. Able to get out in front, and Lawrenson pulls one through on the right side for a seeing eye single.
Gets a single. That'll bring us.
Dang, do it. Do it an RBI single, 2 for 3 today. He now has 1 run batted in all 3 games here at State. Lawrenson, another step on that lead. Good lead already off of first. And the pitch on the way. Pulled foul wide of third. Strike 1. Good balance up and down the lineup here for the Vets. Do it with a couple of hits. Haugen, 2 hits from the 9 spot. 8 different players with at least 1 hit. Runner goes, pitches a ball, throw to second is high. And offline, stolen base. That's a 1-1 count.
JJ steals second.
Activity in the Vets bullpen. Might be Davies. Looks like Jack Davies is the one loosening up, so they did pinch hit for him, and so he could get loose. Deep to the left field corner, and that's going to land a few feet in front of the aforementioned Davies warming up in the bullpen. Foul makes it a ball and 2 strikes. That's 2 on the 3rd, single runs of the 4th and 5th. They've had opportunities for more, but double play put an end to the rally in the 3rd. And the delivery, and bomb, that's hit into left center field. Playable, they had him shaded just right. Balliot now had a couple of steps as to scurry in and make the catch. Throw back behind the runner is late. And 1 down. Do it, just missed it. And 1 away for Mapes.
Fly out to Balliet. Brings up the catcher, number 6, Cooper, Mapes.
Mapes 0 for 2 on the walk today. Gable right behind second base. He's going to try and drop a bunt down. Is Mapes and foul. Strike 1. That was not a sacrifice. He was trying to leg out a hit on that one. That may bring Huglin in at first, but that's going to bring Soblik, who's now moved in over at third base. Just the possibility of it moving the corner infielders in. And the pitch on the way, and hit him. That one felt like a mosquito bite, probably. It wasn't coming in there at warp speed, and Mapes kind of like, oh, it hit me. Okay. Here's Devin Peterson.
Second baseman Devin Peterson.
Runner in for Mapes for the Vets.
Courtesy running. Will be number 8, Noah.
And that'll be Noah Betker again. Here's Devin Peterson, who is 1 for 2, double, a walk, and a run scored. Gonna have to ice that down when he's done. Ball 1. Maybe. You might need 3 or 4 ice cubes to ice that one down. I don't know if that one's gonna really, it was extremely off speed. And the pitch. There's a bunt. Denbaum comes off the mound quickly, plays at third. They'll get it out there. Throw to first is not in time. So 2 down. Denbaum anticipated that well as he just took off after delivering the pitch. So it's a fielder's choice. They take care of Lauritsen. Pitcher to third for the second out. And here's Owen Haugen. 2 singles, 2 for 3 in the game, and a run scored. And the pitch on the way is outside, ball 1. Check of the runner at second. 2 on, 2 out, and the delivery off speed. Little looper, back of second, shallow right, coming on. The ball is dropped by the right fielder. A run comes in to score, and it's now a 5-1 Vets lead. Error will be charged to Luton in right field. Just a soft line drive. Check that it's Gross in right field. He'll be charged with the error. It's an error.
Now batting is the leadoff man. Shortstop.
And runners at first and third. No run batted in. And Charlie Lashofsky will head back to the top of the order now. Go to first, and the runner back. So error 9, no run batted in. They run scoring. Peterson now is at third. So the Vets get their insurance run. Late cut and a miss. Throw back to third behind the runner. The ball gets away. That'll go into shallow left field. And another runner will score. Haugen will take second. And scoring is Peterson, 6-1, West Fargo. And another error to make it a half dozen. Dickinson errors today. Error on T-board, trying to throw behind the base runner. 1-1 in the dirt. That one gets away. And the runner to third base. Let's check on the count. I believe 2-1. Here to Charlie Lashofsky. And the pitch. Off-speed delivery. Hit hard. Base hit left field. That's past the diving Wolf. An RBI single. Lashofsky. His second hit. First run batted in of the afternoon. 7-1 Vets.
Now batting will be the first baseman, number 21, Jackson Glinky.
So 2 out runs here in the 7th. Now a 7-1 lead. And Jackson Glinky 1 for 4 with a run scored at the plate. Open stance. And the pitch. Runner goes. Pitch is a strike. Throw on one bounce to second, not in time. Stolen base for Lashofsky. Good jump there by Lashofsky as the Vets trying to keep the foot on the pedal here. The delivery out in front. And that one dribbled foul for strike 2. That is Dan Baum's. I said he's not blowing it by anybody. He's just trying to get it over the plate and trying to see if he can force some softer contact. 2-strike pitch there. Good fastball on that one. Missed low and in, 1-2. Glinky, the 7th batter of the inning for the Vets. 2 errors in the inning have also affected play. So should be some unearned runs. Pulled to the right side. Huglin will take it to the bag himself, and that'll retire the side here in the 7th. But it's potential insurance for the Vets as they try to keep their season alive as they score 3 here in the top of the 7th inning. The lead 7-1 as we head to the last of the 7th here in the State Class A Legion Baseball Tournament. We'll be right back.
Gordy's Travel Plaza continues to improve products and services. Now open is the Beer Cave with wines and spirits. Pick up a fresh-made Sandy's donut along with a fresh bean-to-cup coffee or espresso. How about our tasty popcorn with warm butter on top, or cool down with the all-new fresh blend shakes, smoothies, frappes, frazzles, and more. Now open is Champ's Chicken, Hangar 54 Pizza, and Hot Mex Express. We are excited for you to try out the all-new items at Gordy's Travel Plaza in Castleton, serving Castleton and the surrounding communities for over 55 years.
Defensive police and defensive changes for West Fargo. Noah Becker in the game. He'll be out in right field. Noah Becker in right. Jack Davies re-enters.
Defensive change. Noah Betker is in the game now for the West Fargo Vets in right field, as Jack Davies will try and get the final 3 outs here. Rederath, 2 innings, 1 hit, didn't allow a run, walked 1, and a pair of strikeouts. 28 pitches, 17 strikes. Drew Gable back into the game will lead things off here in the last of the 8th. Davies delivers strike 1. Gable, Wolf, and Hughlin for the Volunteers. In the bottom of the 7th inning. 1-1 the count. It's his first appearance on the mound here in the state tournament, and I believe his first in the postseason for Davies as well for the West Fargo Vets. She had 1 appearance against Kindred in the final game of the region tournament in Castleton. Went too far on a half swing. Gable did. 1-2 the count. Davies faced 2 batters, walked them both, and was pulled. Jackson Glinke finished up a 3-0 win over Kindred a week ago yesterday. Ball low. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Single and a walk for Gable. He has not been retired here in the state tournament until now. Got him looking for the first out here in the 7th. Gordy's Travel Plaza strikeout, number 6 for Vets pitching.
Shortstop number 11, Cameron Wolf.
Cameron Wolf 0 for 2 and into a fielder's choice to end things in the 4th. Came up with the bases full in the 4th inning, and that was really the biggest and really only chance for Dickinson. Got 1, had 4 hits in the inning, but left him loaded. Strike 1 here to Wolf. So right now, Hammond in line to win it. Ball is low, 1-1. Rederath held the fort down in the 5th and the 6th, and Davies trying to get the Vets into the final 4 tomorrow. Off speed, changing speeds and miss, 2-1. Up next, the Bismarck Senators and Castleton. We'll probably be looking at, we'll see when this one gets done, but probably closer to 3 on the start time, maybe a few minutes before. 3-1 now to Wolf. 3-1 delivery and a 1-out walk. Wolf a 1-out base runner. Top of the order now, Hughlin. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Hughlin looking for his first hit here in the state tournament. He's 0 for 10. And the delivery, dribbled foul, strike 1. Glinke, they will hold on with him with 1 out. I'm a little bit surprised at 7-1 that they would do so. Striking, it's now 0-2. That run doesn't amount to a hill of beans at this point. Two-strike pitch. Trying to get him to chase again on a breaking pitch. Hughlin didn't bite. 1-2 the count. And the pitch. He got him, strike 3. Hughlin down on strikes and 2 down.
Strikeout number 2. Now up, third baseman number 7, Nick Solik.
It'll be up to Sobolik to try and keep this one alive for the Volunteers. Doubled to the right field corner in his last at bat. Out trying to stretch it into a triple. As the Vets pulled off a flawless relay to get him. Runner from first takes off. The Vets don't care. It is inside. It's 2-0. That's some good old-fashioned defensive indifference there. 2-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Downstairs 3-0. Ball glanced off the umpire. Unable to locate it right away was Mapes, and good recognition there by the base runner. And Wolf is at third with a 3-ball, no-strike count here to Sobolik. And the 3-0. There's ball 4. Pair of walks have put runners on the edges with 2 out. 18 pitches for Davies, and I don't think they wanted to do that, but Cody Hughes will come out for a visit. Saw Mapes going to take a peek in the dugout, say, "You want to come out?" And says, "Yeah." So imagine it'll be a quick word here. In fact, Chris Larson, the umpire, is going to come out and say, "Let's keep this moving." We are already past the 2-hour mark right now. 2 hours, 10 minutes. And the conference comes to a close. 4 walks by West Fargo pitching. None of them have resulted in runs. Jake Balliot, the batter. 0 for 3. Balliot has 1 hit, 1 for 8 in the state tournament, and takes a strike here, 0-1. First and third, and they will hold on with the runner at first base, and low with the fastball, 1-1 the count. Tournament coverage brought to you by Boston's Pizza. By Bar 9 in West Fargo. Popped up. Might be room. Glinky, foul ground, and cannot get to it. That was out of our view, but first base umpire following him step for step and put his hands up and said, foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's kind of the blind spot over here in the right field corner, but it's just off to our right. Something like that, you're going to have to kind of follow the umpire. 1-2 now to Jake Balliot. Davey steps off. And again, right now as the bracket looks, the Vets would play tomorrow at 5:30, should they get the final out here. But again, it'll all depend on who's left and who has played who so far at this point. Foul, ooh, ouch, right off his front foot. So I'll give him a moment to walk off that barking dog, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. If that got him towards the foot or kind of the instep, but wherever it got him, that one stings. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Castleton of the Bismarck Senators. Sounds like it'll be Braden Mitchell on the bump. Some inside information there for the Haymakers. 1 ball and 2 strikes. As the Haymakers ready to go. They're over on the third base line today. against the Bismarck Senators. Runner from first will go in the dirt. Apes with a nice block. And Soblik to second. Two balls, two strikes. And the delivery, laid off a high fastball, full count. Eason would hit next, but there's two down in the inning. I'm sure Eason would like to get one more chance here in this 2023 summer for the Volunteers. Payoff pitch. Ground ball right side. Played by Glinke down to an E, and he'll take it himself from the Vets. Stay alive here in this Class A state tournament. Long at bat, one by the pitchers. Davies works around a pair of walks here in the seventh inning. And the season ends here for the Dickinson Volunteers. No runs, two left on. Game played. 2 hours and 14 minutes on this one, as next game coming up here, we'll have Castleton and the Bismarck Senators. And there's your final, 7-1 in favor of the West Fargo Vets. And you see the final total, 7 runs, 11 hits, and an error. 1 run, 7 hits, 6 errors. 10 left on for the Vets, 8 for the Volunteers. Davies with a pair of strikeouts, 2 walks as he finishes up in the 7th. Hammond, the winning pitcher. 4 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Losing pitcher, Drew Gable, 4 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk. Didn't strike out a batter. Gross, 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, 3 Ks. And Danbaum, 2 hits, 3 unearned runs, did not walk or strike out a batter. So we'll have our player of the game coming here shortly, as the Vets had great balance up and down the lineup. Owen Howe got a couple of hits. Dang Dewitt had a run batted in.
All right, well, if you think this sounds good, then we'll just go with 250.
West Fargo leaders at the plate. Charlie Lashovsky went 2 for 4, a double, a single, and a run batted in. Jackson Glinke with a base hit. Owen Haugen, as we mentioned, 2 hits, 2 runs scored. Dang Dewitt, 2 hits and a run batted in. Devin Peterson, a double, a pair of runs scored for West Fargo. Nick Soblik, 1 for 3, a double and a walk. Will Eason, 1 for 3 with a double. Christian Tibor, 2 hits and a run batted in as well. So there's your finals in this one. The Vets will advance to play tomorrow. The opponent yet to be determined. Right now they would be in the 5:30 game versus the Waupun and Kindred winner, although depending on what teams are left and where they would fit in the bracket, the goal for the 2 games tomorrow, the pairings for those 2 games would not match any previous opponents against each other unless it is absolutely necessary according to the bracket. So 7-1 final. We will take a break and get you ready. It'll be Castleton of the Bismarck Senators coming up towards the top of the hour of 3.
Preceding broadcast was an exclusive presentation of the Magnitude Sports Network. Subscribe, click the bell, and visit magnitudesn.com for a schedule of our upcoming broadcasts.